What's up, y'all? It's your girl JV.
And it's Lex B, and we're back again with another podcast on.
Okay, let's get into it.
So, let's get into
Let's get into it. First of all, I want to ask how your week was.
My week was surprisingly productive, actually.
That's right. We love a productive week.
How about you?
Challenging.
What were some of the challenges you faced?
Just stepping out of my comfort zone and having to move accordingly in my position.
Okay.
It's something I'm not used to. I'm used to being stationary and actually having to be at a set location, but going from being at a set location for a while and then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I need you. I'm not gonna say it was challenging, but it was definitely different. Yeah.
Well, growth does not happen in comfort zones. I tell you that all the time.
That's right. Yeah, they don't.
Yeah, but I'm proud of you for that. Stepping outside of your comfort zone.
Thank you. You're probably being productive because you could have just said,
Buggy.
Could have.
But you gotta leave that out though.
Yeah. But last week we had a good conversation about a lot. And for like this week, we're gonna have a good conversation about a lot. Yeah. Let's get into it. Talk to me.
So we talking about green flags and red flags in relationships.
I thought you were looking for talking points for your
No, in the business.
Anywho,
yeah.
So we talking about green flags and red flags in relationships. So what I like to start off by having you identify what that means to you, because everybody has different interpretations of things.
Or what a green flag and a red flag is in a relationship.
In dating, relationships, anything.
That's so hard to kind of define.
It's very broad.
It is, because everybody's red flags would be my red flags.
Okay.
Like somebody may be dating someone and they're dirty. That's a fuck no for me.
Definite red flag.
Yes, but unlike somebody else, they feel like they can fix it. Don't worry about it. I'll just clean it back for them. Hello? No.
Okay, do you you mean dirty as in hygiene or dirty as in their living space?
Living space. Hygiene, if anybody's, that's it.
That's it.
I'm just saying, like, if that's anybody's, it's okay. I'm not worried about that. Then
we know a few people though.
Anyway, it's very broad, but I feel like a lot of people ignore red flags.
You bypassing the question.
I can't really
what
answer.
is your definition of green flags and red flags?
Okay.
It don't have to be like what your green flags and red flags are, but what does that mean to you? Like a green flag means this is safe, this is secure. Red flags are like, what does that mean to you?
Okay, so a green flag, now that I've grown, communication.
Okay.
We're able to...
Ooh, I got a big one coming.
What?
Settled down.
I could just say the communication for right now, like, because I'm not really trying to go too deep into that because I'm already here.
Okay.
Yeah. So communication, red flags is the lack of communication, the lack of emotional capacity, dirtiness.
Please.
And how they treat others.
That's a red flag?
Because
okay, if they treat them good, that's a red flag?
No, I'm just saying, like, I guess just watching out for that. It can be either a green or a red flag, depending. But if just how they are, like, say for instance, we were going out to eat and how they act towards the waiter or the waitress. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just depends, but
okay,
that's the general broad spectrum. I'm not going to get too deep because I'm already married, so it doesn't really matter what my green and red flags is. So I'm here.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but just overall speaking, what that looks like for you. It's not about looking for something somewhere else. It's where we are and what that is for you.
Yeah, like I said, communication and the emotional capacity. Those are two big things, but the lack of those things definitely a huge red flag.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So, with that being said, do you feel like the dating culture misinterprets red and green flag?
Y'all show damn do.
Oh, okay.
And it's not even a misinterpret. Y'all just fucking ignore it.
Okay.
Like y'all don't, they don't.
I don't think most people have the emotional capacity to understand boundaries and what they like and what they don't like. They just go for anything.
For sure.
Right.
I feel like they don't know themselves.
That's big with starting to recognize those things. Like,
Yeah, they don't know themselves. So it's like, that's why I don't understand why people, I don't understand serial daters.
Okay.
Especially if you haven't done any internal work within yourself. Now, I can see if you have and you're just dating to find out who balances you out and who's able to fit in your world, because everybody has their own world.
Okay.
And once somebody comes into that world, I can understand like the world does not necessarily revolve around themselves anymore. Like it has somebody else, but it's somebody coming to that world and able to revolve with you as a unit and not as individuals.
Right. I think you should define serial dating. That's one thing. Most people don't even know what that is.
Serial dating, jumping from relationship to relationship, situationship from situationship.
That's mainly what that is.
Literally, because some of those things are not like when I hear the word dating, like I still think of the get to knowing phase.
Right.
We're going out, we're going to see certain things, and just being out. Sex is not involved.
Okay.
A whole bunch of intimate things not involved. And granted, everybody has their own definition of that and what that looks like, but I don't, me personally, I mean, like test drive the car out first to make sure it's what they want, but
test drive the car is crazy.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that though.
Nothing wrong with that. I mean, everybody's grown. If everybody's grown and consenting, okay, but doing that in every situationship,
hell no.
No.
Yeah, you're right.
But that is serial dating.
Right. And I think dating apps makes it very easy to I wouldn't even say dating, serial whatever ships
that they
is
have.
what that is.
Yeah.
Do you feel like someone being on dating apps is a red flag?
Yes and no.
Why do you feel like that?
I say it can be a red flag because depending on what they're on that dating app for, because not all dating apps is people going on there to look for love. Some people get on dating apps just to look for
the next piece up.
A little one too. Exactly. And then I also say no, it's not a red flag, because you have people out there that have figured themselves out, and finding someone on social media can be a F no. Finding someone in the real world can be a no, but dating apps is a very broad spectrum depending on continents and shit. Like it doesn't really matter.
No, I mean, for the simple fact that dating apps, with people, with the world in a situation where this generation is so out of touch with themselves and they don't understand love, what it is to be loved. They just think someone showing them attention is love, or they like me.
Right.
When in actuality, this person is just trying to manipulate you to get what they want. So do you feel like dating apps provide that instant gratification because, what is it, swipe culture? Like Tinder, you swipe right. That gives you an instant dopamine hit, like you swipe right and somebody's matched with you. It's like, oh, it's like an instant dopamine hit,
Right.
So it makes it easy to ignore things because your dopamine blinders are on, your horse blinders are on. So immediately, like when you swipe right, somebody matches with you, it's a DM.
So I get what you mean, like by instant gratification, like you instantly find your match.
Multiple times though,
exactly.
Like you can match with more than one person at once. So you have a DM flooded of people that have match with you.
Right.
So all these people are looking at something to get from you.
Right.
Feeding you plenty of compliments, whatever that looks like.
Right.
All this gratification is here. You're ignoring red flags.
Right.
So if somebody's coming in your DM, I don't know, telling you you're not texting fast enough.
Mm-hmm.
Just met you. I don't owe you that.
Mm.
I don't even owe anybody a text back fast. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. Yeah, to reiterate what you're saying, like people just like boundaries.
Right.
For sure. So I mean, do you feel like dating apps can be worth it?
I'm married. So I don't know.
I'm just saying, like in general, like do you feel like, because me personally, I've never been on a dating app.
Right.
Never. But that's what it is nowadays. I mean, it's always been that, even through the time where we weren't together, or I didn't even know you.
Right.
I was never on a dating app.
Right.
But they're there.
Right.
And I don't feel like they're always being used for the right things. Because I feel like dating apps should just be for dating. Like if you want to go find some sex somewhere, then
they deleted all the stuff to do that.
Yeah, they sure did.
I mean, you saying that you haven't been on a dating app, but Instagram, that's a dating app. Essentially, that's what it's turned into. Because somebody liking your picture is not taking it's just like, oh, this person has nice shoes. Somebody's assuming that you like them because you're liking a picture. You like them because you're liking their story. That's all I can do on Instagram.
That's it.
I have no choice but to heart something. There's no thumbs up, there's no thumbs down, there's no smiley face, there's nothing but a heart. So a heart equates to this person likes me.
I don't even see that as being a dating app. I feel like that's just people's mindsets fucked up.
But that's turned it into a dating app.
But that's their lack of self-validation. Because just how you say it, I like this picture because those shoes fine. Like, that's it.
It's put together.
That's it. Right. I like that.
The hair looks nice.
Exactly.
That don't mean I like you.
Yeah. And if you can't look at that as a person and be like, I don't know these people, but they like something about this picture. That's cool. That's what's up. And not instantly like, oh, they like me.
Yeah, so
like that's so weird.
Pictures back so they know I like them.
Yeah, that's
weird.
That's very weird. Yeah, because it doesn't have to be that. Like social media is just used to show and express certain pinpoints of people's lives, and just overall what it is now. Like it's a market where people go up there, upload content, get paid from it. Like for some people, it's a career,
right.
But people can take that and turn it into something that's not what it's intended for.
Right.
So
I only said like to go back to it being a dating app because Instagram makes people so easily accessible. And people think that people are easily accessible because they're uploading pictures and they're posting stories every day. So if I interact with these photos or their stories, they're obligated to talk to me. Not me saying that, but I'm saying that's how people think. They feel the obligation because this person is on social media that they are required to respond. Like if I go like, the thing is, so I've read, if you go like 3 pictures on somebody's page, you're letting them know that you like them. And it's like 3 pictures back to back. And then how they respond instead of speaking, if they like you,
they'll go back and like pictures.
Exactly. That's weird. Yeah, like we have a mutual connection because we like some pictures. And now somebody's gonna find their way into a DM. And conversation happens from there.
Like dating's not what it used to be anymore. Like before social media or Instagram became that type of thing, because at one point in time we was uploading pictures on Tumblr and Instagram for the aesthetics. Yeah, child. I used to have like pictures of Skittles, like Skittles, just a picture of freaking Skittles in the rainbow order with a filter on it, kind of look cool. Put it on Instagram and on Tumblr. Girl, it was fine. But now it's not that anymore. Now it's not that anymore. Like dating is not what it used to be. Like we used to write letters in school to each other, like a whole box of letters back and forth, passing notes in between, walking in the hallways.
And it's crazy because I think I wouldn't say kids do that now. I don't know what kids do, but
Okay.
we're adults now. If you can't come to me and speak to me like a person,
Come on, somebody.
what are we doing? Liking pictures is childish. If you bold, come in the DM. And it's not even about being bold. It's how you approach that DM too. Like sending me hard eyes is not
I don't know. Thank you.
like, hi, I'm so and so. You're gorgeous. I would like to get to know you.
Something. Yeah.
Something. But a hard eye, you fine, shorty. Shorty, you T, body, like.
Didn't you say somebody approached you at the gas station, asked you on Instagram?
Man, like being approached now isn't even about a simple introduction.
It's what your social media handles.
This person came up to me at the gas station and was like, what's your IG? And it was like, what's your IG? Like, I'm supposed to put, you have a phone. You could have easily asked for the number. Granted, don't come to me asking for my number. Still introduce yourself, but
yeah,
there was no, I don't know your name. I don't know you. And you asking for an Instagram.
Listen.
To do what exactly?
Your long lost cousin. You don't even know it, but you hollering about my Instagram.
Nah, hey, my name, so and so.
Right.
I know you moving real fast. Can I get your Instagram?
Yeah, it's not that anymore.
It's not even, oh Lord, ooh, it's too deep.
It's cringy.
I haven't been on the dating scene in a while, so I don't know what they're doing over there.
Mm-hmm.
I can only go off of what single associates and single friends tell me about how it is, reading. You see it on social media when you're on social media, so it's like, it got feces in it,
Want to go back.
Want to go back over there.
Yeah, so I feel like that is a take on dating, but why do you feel like people ignore red flags?
I think there is a large societal pressure to be in relationships. I also think a lot of people fear the thought of being and or growing alone, if they even are growing. I say societal pressure because you have people's families, like you go to holidays, where your boyfriend at? You not married yet? You don't have no kids yet?
Nope.
Even friends growing up, and I said this to you before as well, like all of my friends, most of my friends have kids. And I feel like I'm behind, but I don't want no crumb snatchers in my pocket.
And that's everybody's preference. I have been around families, and even like on Thanksgiving, I remember on Facebook, I remember seeing people talk about me preparing to smack that auntie that's always asking about such and such, or when I'm gonna get married, when I'm gonna get that. And it's like, why do y'all do that to people?
Like there's a time frame.
Yeah, because what if I don't ever want to get married? What if I don't ever want to have kids?
Right.
Stop asking me.
Right. Why is that the basic check-in versus how are you? I haven't seen you. What are you doing in life now? How does that, what is that? Like not asking to get to know your niece, your nephew, your child as a person, but worried about kids, marriage, and everything that don't got none of your business written on it.
You heard the wrong thing, but you still dealing with Uncle Elroy
that be beating on your ass.
Got 5, 6 other baby mamas,
6 families on the other side of town.
Bitch about me and what I'm doing, why I'm not married, why I ain't got no children. That's why.
And he possibly messing with your sister.
We're not gonna get into that though. But yes, societal. Was it right? Societal. Yes, pressure. Societal pressure. There it is. It's a beast, and then it doesn't make it better when you get on social media and you see all these cute couples goals.
Right. I was just actually watching, I like my crime scene documentaries.
Ooh.
I was actually just watching a documentary on YouTube about popular TikTok couples that ended up killing each other. Right. So everything on social media that glitters, it ain't gold. It be shit with glitter sprinkled on it for the face of the internet. The whole time behind closed doors, these people are struggling with demons. You hear me?
Like real bad. I don't like. I don't like hearing. I don't like hearing because I be around people and I hear conversations that go on. And listening to some of these conversations when it comes to social media and being the couple's face of social media, it kind of turns my head a little bit. Yeah, like let's do this for social media because I saw such and such doing this and I think we should do this. Whole time, like he just cheated on you last week. She just cheated on you last week. But here y'all are trying to take pictures and post pretend like it's okay.
Most people, I think, take social media too seriously, and it's become a battle of who can outdo who versus something authentic. Being yourselves. People on social media are humans. We go through things. Everybody's life is not perfect. So pretending like your life is perfect to look good for people, who are you?
Absolutely insane.
Who are you trying to prove yourself to? People or yourself?
Right.
Now you're going broke to look like, whatever. I digress. And that's how I regress, goddammit.
Oh.
That's how people get into bad situations. Because if, for example, just gonna use me as an example, I'm not that type of person, but if I'm on social media flexing, I got money, I got all the newest cars, I got ice on my wrist, any female that looks at me is gonna be like, I want her. Whole time I ain't got a dime.
Whoa.
This my cousin money. This prop money. This car rented. It ain't tinted.
It's a facade.
It's all a facade. You get with me and I'm broke.
Now you mad at me. Because I'm broke. The whole time you didn't take the time to get to know me.
Because you was worried about some money. Ignoring everything because you see. You see the glitter.
And it's not gold.
No.
I digress
again. Yeah.
You feel like people ignore these red flags because they are in a rush to fit these norms?
Absolutely. Most people, I'm speaking on situations that we know. Most people fear not having someone because they are at a specific age and they have additions with them. By additions, I mean kids. They have kids and they're single at a specific age, so they're going to accept any person coming along trying to save the day, essentially, just so they can be like, I got a man. I'm with somebody. My man. You know?
We talk about this all the time. Like, we talk about kids. And every time I go somewhere and I'm like, yeah, my wife this, yeah, my wife that. And the first question I always get asked, it's never like, well, how did y'all meet? Or how long have you been married? It's, when are you having kids?
Not.
Like, how do you know I want kids? And everybody that asks me, they already have kids. So when they hear my answer, and like if I be like, we don't know, probably not. And then they go, well, why? Kids are such a beautiful thing. They are. beautiful creatures. I love them,
but I like to give them back.
Yeah,
So they mammy.
but it's like, one, the way this economy is going, bring a child into what world?
I like to pay for stuff for myself, and my wife. I don't need an additional person to take care of.
That, and
it's not that I don't need it or I can't afford it. I don't want an additional responsibility.
Exactly. That, and I like the thought and the idea of just getting up and going without having to check my back seat. And you know what's crazy? My car does that.
But
when I get out of the car, it'd be like, check the back seat. Bitch, I ain't got nothing. I ain't got nothing.
Right, I left my food back here.
Thank you. But it's that's what that is. And it's like, when I don't think people like that answer, because it feels like I should have kids already. And we're like, when we get to this age, and I said this, I was like, if I ever hit 30, 32, and this is no shade to anybody who's talking about having kids in their 30s, me personally, I don't want kids.
I feel it. Like, I'm young sir, baby.
Auntie
trying to be outside. I'm young sir, baby.
Yeah, I don't know, because I feel like, one, we have nieces and nephews,
right?
We have god kids,
right?
That we were there and we're still there for their growth from the time they were born to the age they're at now.
Yeah,
those are our kids.
They my babies. I love them. I'm gonna spoil them rotten, but you're going back to your mom.
So I want people, men and women, because I've heard men even say that they don't know when they want to have kids, or if they want to have kids.
And that's okay. And I've met people, men in particular, who are in their 30s and they don't have any children. And I honestly am taken back. Like, my first question to men, if like at passing, if we're having a conversation, whatever, is like, well, hey, how you doing? Whatever.
Mm-hmm.
How old are you? Cool. You got kids? Because most men have kids. Plethoras of them.
Yep.
Everywhere.
Oh, that's so
So to meet people, even women in their 30s that don't have kids, I am truly taken back. And it's not because I don't think that's cool. If you have kids, cool. I'm not knocking anybody that has kids. Don't think that we're doing that just at a specific age. I know that you have been more careful in life instead of just laying down with anybody and producing kids
for the sake of saying
you have kids. Right.
I like watching podcasts, and I've watched one podcast, and the question was, how many kids can a man have before it's your hell no? And the answers that were said was between 1 and 3. And
these answers was from women. They're cool with men having 1 to 3 kids. Before, after 3, it's like, I can't date you.
And they don't have kids. Yeah.
Why do you feel like women, do you think women settle for men who have these 1 to 3 kids out of fear of being single?
The men that have kids or the women that have kids? I'm trying to understand.
You said women's responses in this podcast were they won't date a man past 3 kids. If they have 1 to 3 kids, cool. After 3, no. But she ain't got no kids. So do you feel like, why do you feel like they're dating these men that have, why do you feel like they're settling for a man with 1 or 3 kids when they don't have any?
Because they feel like they can't find a man, or they feel like finding a man with no kids is impossible. And I'm not going to just say men either, because you have some women out here who will date a woman that has 5, 6, 7 kids,
That's what you call a stacking.
Of course. But why though? And I'm truly not saying that dating someone with kids is a problem, but why is that your first go-to?
When you have none.
When you have none.
It's like, a pre-made family.
Yeah. Oh.
Speaking from experience as a young person who dated women that had kids, it wasn't like I wouldn't look at it as a pre-made family, but the work was already done here.
Oh.
I ain't have to push nothing. We ain't have to go through no process. And I love kids. So that's what that was for me. But the emotional aspect that goes into that, I wouldn't do that again.
It's a lot.
Not recommend. We can be friends. Oh, I'm married. But if I didn't know you as a person and there was a woman that I was interested in that had kids, we can be friends. I don't want to pull on this financial burden. Because that's what it is at that point. I have to take care of you and this child. And I'm not saying, I don't knock anybody that chooses to do that. And I'm not saying that if you can afford it, then whatever makes you happy as a person at the end of the day, go for it.
Right.
But personally, that would not be my prerogative. No.
Yeah.
So I feel like the women who, in that podcast, for instance, who settle for men who have those 1 to 3 kids, they're scared of being single. And baby, you don't have no kids. You don't have to settle for no man or no woman. Or you don't have to settle for nobody with no kids if you don't have kids. And I read that a lot too, not off a podcast, but women will have kids, 1 to 3 kids, and you'll have a guy who doesn't have kids, who's refusing to date them, and they're upset about it. He's not obligated to date you.
No one is.
No one's obligated to date you with your kid. You chose to have them kids.
Right.
If you can't find them, go back to your baby daddy and work it out. You're trying to have somebody else. You're trying to be upset with somebody else who don't want to step in and take care of your responsibility and your child's father or father's responsibility.
Yeah, I heard something this past week that kind of, my eyebrows went to the sky.
Let me see how I did. They can't go a little higher than
I don't think so.
Okay.
But in my mind, it was up there. Because this person has a football team.
So
this person has a football team. And it's concerning because
like a starting
five. Well, basketball team. Sorry, excuse me.
I was like football like 8.
Don't start me lying. I don't know.
It's like 16 people on the field at one time, so it's like 8 and 8, I think.
All I know is
regardless, anyway, they had a starting 5.
Starting 5 basketball. There we go. No, I don't watch ESPN. And their response was, I need to find someone of age to take care of me and my kids.
You make them.
So what I'm hearing you say is you want someone to step in the picture and take over all financial and emotional responsibility for the kids that you and somebody else is or someone else is laid down and chose to make.
Yeah. What's wrong with
that? I'll just make sure I heard it correctly.
I don't think nothing wrong with it.
Go off.
Oh my God.
And I feel like I want to see more women figure themselves out before.
Repeat. Wait, pause. I looked at my phone. Just repeat that.
Are you okay?
I was trying to get some more time.
Oh, I want more women to take time to get to know themselves before dating, because I hear and I see a lot of women just going for absolutely anything and then just chalking it up as that's something we can work through. That's something we can work on. This man, this woman, whoever it is a full-on alky. a full-on druggie, can't wake up without having one, a drink, a hit, a pill, but they're taking on this responsibility and they don't even know themselves. That's ignoring red flags. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got nothing to say?
Huh?
You got nothing to say?
Wait, what?
So you don't have anything to say?
I don't know where my brain just went right there. You can block that out. But what was I gonna say? You can block out the. Yeah, block out that part. Jesus, I had a brain fart. I'm sorry. I think all of that ties into that fear of being single. And I think people view being single as a sign of failure versus an opportunity for personal growth. And from what I hear you saying, people should take that opportunity for personal growth before jumping into dating. And like we talked about last week, it doesn't mean that you have to be 100% healed to date, but you need to have a certain threshold that you know of yourself. You need to have your basic values, your basic core values, your basic likes and don't likes, and what you are not going for. You need to have a baseline level of all of these things.
Yeah.
Even if there aren't strong boundaries in place, you have a baseline, like either you're on top of this base or you're below it. If you're below it, you're not hitting what I need, and I can't continue on with this situation. So bringing it back into that fear of being single, do you think people rush into relationships and marriages out of that fear?
Ooh, that's a big one. We've already touched on relationships.
Right.
So we know that. Marriage, because being in the military.
Right. Ooh.
We had, possibly still have, don't know, a thing where we got married because it was beneficial.
It's a little thing. You know that.
I'm not trying to get rid of this house. I'm trying to let the people fly. It was a beneficial thing.
Man, that ain't no secret. What are you talking about? Now, to civilians who don't know what the military is, they're probably like, what they talking about? Oh my God.
Find somebody in the military and ask them.
But people in the military, you know what's up, bro.
Yeah, we're not going to even get too deep into that. But we get married because it's beneficial.
Of course. Now, some people, they have a understanding. It could be a gay male and a gay female choosing to get married just so they can have their bread and they can move off post.
But for the civilian life, we talked about this before, it's very, very rare to hear people in our age group, Black, I'm going to say Black, I'm going to make it a demographic thing, because people I went to high school with, the Caucasian people I went to high school with, they didn't take long to find out or figure out if they wanted to be married, men and women. Like, they didn't have to go to the military. They didn't have to do any of that to get married. Like, they found their person, 24, 25, were married. They were already part of their family. But in Black culture, I feel like it's very slim to none that get married in our age group.
Even, go ahead.
I'm just saying, it's just very slim to none to get married because everybody's trying to
one up.
What
you mean by that?
One up meaning like,
I'm gonna get you before you get me.
What you mean?
Like, I think most people ruin relationships really quickly because they lack that communication skill.
Mm-hmm.
So if this person is making them feel some type of way, they doing something. I'm gonna go get you before you get me.
Oh, that's a good.
Or I got my lead back.
Hold on that. Hold on that. I'm saying they get married because it sounds good.
It looks good to be external, the society.
Like, I got a ring. Ooh, a bitch, I got a ring to death. But you engaged, ho.
Like, you've been engaged for 17 years, 40 days, and 40 nights. What are you talking about?
And then also in Black culture, we hold on to relationships for years. Like, we've been together for 12, 13 years, boyfriend, girlfriend. Girlfriend.
There's nothing wrong with that per se, if everyone is on the same page. We don't want to get married, we like each other, we just gonna do what we do.
That's one thing, correct.
That's one thing. Now, if I want to get married and my partner doesn't want to get married, I know I want to get married, but I don't want to lose this person because I'm scared of being single. So I'm just going to settle, shut the hell up about being married, and take whatever they give me.
Mm-mm.
I'm at home cooking, cleaning, you know the rest. But I ain't got no ring, I ain't got no... If this person... I think marriage is so much deeper than just a ring, though.
It is.
If I'm dating you for over a decade and you die tomorrow, it is not about benefits. But if we bought a house together, for example,
mm-hmm.
and I die tomorrow or you die tomorrow, I have to move out of this house.
The emotional love that was put into this home will feel empty.
Wait, what?
Like, I'm saying, like, it wouldn't be like, you wouldn't have to move out if you don't want to.
Baby, what I'm saying is, take all that out. But what I'm saying is how, for example, the story your sister told you, like they've been together for so long, he died, she gonna lose the house. The other person has no protection there. I'm just a girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. I'm like, hey, what?
Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, put that up. Go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know where I was.
You're saying, so what you're saying is, you bought a house together, girlfriend, boyfriend, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever you want, that is. We bought a house together.
Right.
It's only in one person's name.
Right.
We're not married.
Right.
You ain't got no trust, no will, or no deed.
Right.
You leave me tomorrow, this belongs to the state.
Exactly. Or this person's next of kin has to take that over, which they're probably going to sell it in an estate sale because they cannot. Whatever. None of that matters. My thing is being with someone for so long and not being able to be safe, just safety after they pass or whatever that looks like. I don't know where I'm trying to go with that. I feel like if people are dating for an elongated period of time,
mm-hmm.
and I want to get married but you don't,
mm-hmm.
that is a red flag to me because you don't care about my emotional well-being or my safety if you leave this earth.
Ooh.
Because whatever we got together throughout this time that we've been together, I have no rights to that if you pass, you know?
Right.
You don't care about my emotional well-being and my safety, not about a commitment on a ring. That is important. That is equally important. That is the most important while we're together. But for somebody not to think about your well-being after the fact.
Mm.
I can be the best person to you for 10, 15, 20 years. I could have been the best person, take care of you financially and all these things, but when I'm dead, you on your own.
Common law marriages. Who does that apply to?
Common law don't count for nothing, though.
Hey, some people don't know that. That's what I'm asking. That's why I'm asking this question. Because there's going to be someone who sees this, hears this, and be like, well, I'm common law married. That's nice.
You still don't get nothing.
You don't get no title or no deed. You don't get nothing. Like,
it's not It's can be recognized in some states for sure, but again, if this person passes, you have no rights to anything.
And I need some people to understand, just because you have a ring, an engagement ring, and there's no active plans on trying to either do a courthouse, we finna go elope, we finna actually plan a wedding, you just got a pacifier.
Oh yeah, to shut you up. You've been talking about it so long.
So, take this ring. Will you marry me?
Precisely.
Oh my God, yeah. And then here we are. We've been engaged for 7 years. You just trying to figure out
when we go do the wedding.
What? Because being legally married just requires you to get paperwork.
A signature. And $60. I actually don't know how much it is, but it ain't much. Versus a wedding, they call it
wedding. And I feel like that is a facade thing too, because people want to see, people will hold on to engagements or just be engaged for the face of having a big glamorous wedding, when you can go ahead and get married, but we can have this ceremony later. Because the wedding is just a ceremony
for other people, not so much the couple. But yeah, I mean, overall, we've talked about a lot of red flags in relationships, what to look for, why people ignore them, and things like that. But truly, what are some good green flags in a relationship that people should? I'm not saying everybody should be on the same page, but the things that people should strive to have in a partner, a strong partner.
They should be able to, some green flags would be wanting to grow mentally. Someone who doesn't want to stay stagnant in life and just be a person that just kind of goes with the flow. Like there's no structure, there's no plan. Like a green flag would be have somebody that wants to have a plan in life. Maturing, like their maturity is there, and not just because of a certain age. Just because you're 54 does not mean you are mature.
Yeah, people mistake age for maturity. Like, I'm grown, doesn't mean you're mature. But yes, continue.
They are open to aligning their goals with yours.
That's a good one. I think consistency and being reliable are important in any aspect, whether you're, I don't look at gender roles or having a more dominant presence in the household. I think both parties should be equally consistent with each other. Like there shouldn't be one person doing more or less than the other, you know? Like everything should be kind of equally separated.
And to piggyback off of that, you're saying everything should be separated, but some days, like if you don't feel your best, I will pick up that. Like I feel like having a partner like that, that's a green flag.
That understands that.
Not, well, that's your job.
Right.
You do that.
I feel like 20% today, babe. Are you able to pick up the extra 80 that I don't have, you know?
Also having a partner, and that comes with emotional maturity as well, understanding that not every day you're going to have the mental or emotional capacity to wake up and be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna give it my all today. Like, cause some days you just have it, like you wake up and you're like, shit, today is just not it.
Right.
And you feel it. And then having a partner is like,
I see you're tired. I see you've had a long day. I see you've had a long week. Just relax. I got it.
And even if you can't see it,
that's that dependency right there. That's that safety. Like, I got it, babe. You
don't worry about it. That, and someone expressing like, you know, today I'm having a bad morning. Just give me a few to get myself together. Having a person that can understand that, and not being like, well, I ain't talked to you all, or it's okay.
Right.
That's fine. But I'm allowing you to know that I'm not okay.
Well, that has to go into like attachment styles, which can be another conversation for another day. People who aren't securely attached, tend to have those moments more so. Like, they ain't texting back in 2 minutes. What they doing? I ain't heard from them in an hour. They must be like.
We can touch on that.
Yeah. But I think green flags that most people should look for in a partner is emotional safety, emotional maturity, that what was I gonna say? That consistency and being reliable. Like, in any instance, if you call me, I'm coming through. I don't care what it is, where we at, I'm coming.
Also, someone who knows how to set boundaries with people.
Ooh.
That's outside of the relationship.
Ooh.
That's a green flag.
Yeah.
Like, say for instance, y'all are talking or y'all are dating, because talking sounds so childish. Y'all are dating, getting to know one another.
Right.
And y'all, commingle with friends and stuff like that, and somebody's friends said something out of the way about whoever they're dating, being able to set boundaries, like, hey, like, just because you don't like it don't mean that I don't have to like it. Like,
Right.
you're entitled to your opinion, but that don't mean I have to go what you're saying. But while she's around or while they are around, you would treat them with, some type of respect, or not saying out the way, because you have people that's very nasty like that, or you have friends who are very entitled to other people's relationships, and there's no boundaries being set there. Like, they're allowed to say, do whatever they're pleased, but there's no boundaries being set there. That's important to have it's a green flag to having a partner, someone able to enforce boundaries.
I mean, outside of just friends, other people in general, people trying to intervene in your relationship. Like, again, going back to somebody being in your DMs, you can either ignore that shit completely or set a boundary there. Or if it's a person that you're cool with, or say it's a new friend that you met and they're starting to like blur some lines a little bit, they're able to set a boundary. If you can't respect this, then you gotta, I'm not on that type of time. You're right. So for sure, I think those are very important qualities and aspects to have in a partner.
Right.
There's a shit ton of qualities you can look for in a partner. I want people to understand that just because a person shows you interest does not always mean that's the person for you. Anybody can show you interest. Anybody can sit and get to know you. Most people these days are narcissistic, to say the least. They will get to know you, get all your pain points, understand what you like, what you don't like, and they're going to form themselves to fit what you want in a partner.
Maybe they're going to shapeshift.
Shapeshifters. I can't. If I were a single woman, not knowing you, never met you, at this age and this maturity level, I don't want a conversation about, well, what you like, what you look for in a partner, what makes you happy. I don't want those conversations, because you're registering. You chat GPT in my responses right now, and you remembering what I like and don't like. So you're going to form yourself so that you're this person that I'm interested in based off of my responses. And that's a facade, because once you get me where you want me, you finna, all right, buckle up.
Show you who I really am.
Right. And that's what a lot of people deal with in relationships. Like, y'all trauma bond in the beginning, and y'all offer too much information about yourselves in the beginning.
That is true.
Don't offer too much information about it. You can get to know somebody without, well, what was your ex like? I wouldn't do you like that. What makes you happy? Check.
Instead of just asking, like, what kind of hobbies.
Right.
So you can listen and understand, like, okay, I know they like going outside and going running.
Right.
I know outside brings them peace. Like, getting to them in that way, not like, well, what you like.
Right. What you don't like. So that they can form and be that person that you were looking for, just to get you.
And I feel like it's the same thing of asking what you like or what you don't like, but it's more intentional learning small pieces about people instead of the likes and don't likes.
For sure. You can have more in-depth conversations with people to understand their mental. You can understand their character. Like, you can find character-based questions to ask people. If you're the last person on earth, what would you do? Like, you can ask certain questions to get to know someone without literally what you like, what you don't like, all these baseline questions that give people a ammo on you to form themselves to be somebody that you like.
And a lot of relationships are like that nowadays.
Yeah.
He asked me what I like, girl, or she asked me what I like.
They're manipulating you. Now, I'm not gonna say everybody is. Don't get that wrong, but I'm gonna say a smooth 88% of people are just asking those questions to put on this mask for you.
I think people take that as if, like, what's your favorite color? They taking that as if it's like it's deeper than that. I feel like dating should be deeper than just what your favorite color is. Like,
I mean, that's important to know. So if I go to the store, and say your favorite color pink, I might get you a pink little teddy bear, pink little trinket for your keys or something simple like a color. That's not gonna make or break nothing.
I'm not saying that it is, but I'm saying the question should be deeper than just that, because people will take, well, he asked me my favorite color was, and he cared. Does it? Do
they could. I can ask you, like I said, I can ask your favorite color because I'm the type of person, if I'm in a store and I see something that I think you might like, say you like whales and your favorite color is pink, and I find a pink whale something or another, I'm going to get that for you.
Right.
But I don't see it being they care about me because they asked my favorite color situation.
But you have people that ain't like that.
You do. But that's still like that smooth 88% of people.
I also think to go back into allowing others to have their opinion about their relationship, whoever they're dating, family, because.
Pause. What are we talking about? Because it feels like
green flags.
Okay.
When they don't allow their family or their mom or their dad to have an opinion about their relationship, because what's that songs about Ed Sheeran is like, mom don't like you, but she like everyone. Like, okay, are you gonna date your mom? Like, are you? Like,
yeah.
Does that matter? So someone who's able to say, because we said anyone, but I feel like family is really important as well. Because you have some mama's girls and boys, you got some daddy's girls.
But when a parent is saying they don't like someone out of protection for you, or it's just, I guess I can answer my own question because parents have that parental instinct thing, so they'll tell you. My mom has always told me, like, nah, that ain't the one for you. I don't like that for you. Of course, me being who I am, I'm going to continue to do what I do, and I got to figure that out for myself.
Right.
I'm going to go keep playing with that fire until I get burned. Okay, cool. I understand why you said that now. But most moms don't have their children's best interests at heart. They could be doing it out of jealousy because they might be single, or they don't have no reason not to like your partner.
Reason. Just don't like them.
Just don't like them.
Yeah. I feel like when it becomes a problem, because everyone has an opinion, and it's okay to express your opinion when given the opportunity to do so, the right time and the right place.
Right.
But when this person is around and the nasty comments, the smart remarks, or every time you talk to your parent, it's, well, I already told you, I don't,
Right.
Like,
you know how I feel about that. Yeah.
I'm not going to go to, like, and you don't have to. It's not your place to.
Right.
You allowed me to know one time. I heard you, but allow me that space to maneuver it for myself. But the constant reiteration and digging and the smart remarks and the little snappy comments that's being made on the side.
Yeah.
That's
so
yeah. So having someone who can stand strong in that, because you do have people that have both. I'm like, my mama don't like you.
I got to. Well, you got to bounce.
Yeah. That's important
for sure.
So just to talk about, we'll go back and talk about everything that we discussed today. It's really important to know red flags and green flags and pay attention to them and
take your time. Please. What that boy said? Take your time. What's the rush? Yeah, take your time when you're picking partners, whether that's a person to be with, marry, or have children with, which is extremely important. Take your time picking your partners. Don't rush into things. Time is not real. There's no timeline on when you need to have stuff done. You can be 29 and be like, oh my God, I'm so behind in life. By 32, you're married with your first kid. Time does not matter. Mm-hmm. You are on your own timeline. You're on your own journey. You're in your own lane. Don't let everybody else's factors make you rush into something that you're not ready for.
Exactly. And also, to piggyback off that again, just to understand, like, you don't have to conform to what everybody else thinks.
Be yourself.
Like, I don't care what you see on social media. I don't care what your Auntie Marie was doing at your age. It doesn't matter. Like, you set the pace for your life.
Exactly.
You know what you will tolerate, you know what you won't tolerate,
But please,
do your due diligence.
Be strong in that toleration. Don't overly tolerate nothing.
Listen.
Don't tolerate no bullshit because your mama tolerated your daddy bullshit for you. Don't do that.
Please.
Be better. Please. Do better. Shit.
Just grow. Just grow. But it's been great talking to you guys and just
chilling, chopping it up. I mean, on our next episode, we go start off answering some heavy relationship questions. We want to start introducing that into the podcast. So if y'all have any questions, we go link our email down below. We can leave you completely anonymous. You don't have to worry about your business being spread out there. But if you have a question and you need some advice or some feedback, we can do that for you.
Please don't hesitate to ask some questions because it may be questions we've never heard. It may be scenarios that we've never been in, but we can offer some insight into it. So
right,
you don't have all the answers.
Right. Judgment-free zone for sure. You can comment your question if you feel comfortable with people seeing your question, or like I said, the link to our email will be in our description box. But definitely,
it has been nice talking shit and talking with you guys.
As always, remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, As always, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back.